Hey guys, Sheri Richardson from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, SheriRicherson.com, and BiannualBlogathonBash.com, and welcome to our daily vlog. You know, we have seen our Speaker of the House run her mouth about our president for 4 freaking years. And we have seen the political games that this woman plays, along with her other people. We know that she sat on some of the stimulus bills that the House passed. And by the time she got them over to the Senate, of course, we know what happened over there. But yet, it's all the president's fault that the stimulus wasn't passed. Well, in order for him to pass anything, it has to actually make it to his desk. In order for it to actually make it to his desk, it has to be passed in the House, given to the Senate, and passed in the Senate. Now we all know this, except for the people that clearly just want to point fingers and place the blame. So today, I've been reading Washington Times, Politico, different sites like that. Our incoming president wants to send out all of the vaccines that we have. In his push to make sure that everybody gets vaccinated. Well, first of all, I am not getting vaccinated, so they can do whatever they want to do. I don't want the vaccine. Many people feel that way. Many people are not going to be vaccinated. Threaten us all you want. We don't want the vaccine. I realize that for many people, COVID is a death sentence. But there are many other people that just get mild symptoms. And it should be our choice. You know, I don't care if somebody else wants to get vaccinated. That's fine. That should be their choice, though. You know, I am completely against universal health care. Now, I am not against people that need health care whose jobs don't provide that, or who maybe can't work or whatever. I do think everybody should have access to health care. I agree with that. But to force a government health care plan on everybody is just not right. You know, we had to go with an Obamacare plan after that all went into place because that's what Jeff's employer chose to do. It is not as good. It's through the same insurance company. It's through Anthem. But it's not as good as what we had before. It doesn't cover the cost of our medications as well. We are forced to buy a 90-day supply at one time. We are forced to go to a pharmacy that we do not want to go to. The overall cost is higher. Even if you divide it by 3, the overall cost is higher. A lot of the in-network providers, you pay a lot more because they don't cover everything. And we have to have an HSA card. That means money every week out of his check that maybe we wouldn't have to take out of his check that week. Maybe we could use that to pay bills or do something with that we wanted to do. But instead, it has to go on this card. He can use his card. My card is no good. And we've called him twice. We've got replacement cards. When I call in to activate my card, you know, it does not accept my information. Not at all. And I've called him and I've talked to him about it. I try to use my card to pick something up. It doesn't go through. You know, it's basically what one person told me. Well, the card is for the insured. not their family members. Well, that's just great. So what is supposed to happen if he gets sick? You know, money on the card. I can't use it because I don't have his card. It's just not right. It's just not right. But people think that universal health care will be so wonderful. How are you going to feel when you need a life-saving procedure or even an elective procedure that you want to pay for yourself and no insurance won't cover? But it all has to be submitted and you get told no. And I do realize that things have to be submitted now. But if you're in an accident and you need emergency medical care, you get it. You know, I know people in other countries that have this kind of, government-funded coverage. And I know that in said situation of an accident, they had to wait. They had to wait for that approval. Nobody in the government is going to have you right there at the top of the list saying, oh, yes, approve that. It's all red tape and a process. I guarantee it. I also saw today that the $2,000 stimulus checks that are being promised by the new administration when they enter office are going to be objected to. I read in that article that the senators that intend to object, I guess I should say Congress people, don't feel like the Americans deserve to have or need any more money because after all, they did just get a check. Okay, let's be real about that $600 that everybody got. Does $600 pay your rent? If you have a car payment, does $600 pay your car payment? What about utility bills? Exactly how much can you pay with $600? And while I appreciate that $600, I realize that there are people out there that are really, really hurting, really behind. We're behind on some things, on some bills. And $600 is not enough to get you caught up. And let's remember, this COVID thing was not any of our faults here in the U.S. The decision to shut down businesses and to implement masks and social distancing and all the things that were supposed to keep us safe, that has cost people their jobs, has cost people their homes, has cost people to get utilities shut off even though it's winter, has made it where people can't afford to go to the grocery store to buy food. Maybe they can't afford their medication. Somebody has to stay home when these kids are being homeschooled. None of this was our faults. But yet our government can send millions of dollars overseas for gender studies and other totally unnecessary bullcrap instead of helping the American people that they basically put in this situation. And I'm not saying that they didn't make the best decisions they knew how at the time, because I think that they did do what they thought was right. But I'm saying that it has caused a real mess. A real mess. I know that I did not collect any unemployment during any of this. The unemployment that Jeff got, we have to actually pay back because he was on sick leave. And after a number of weeks, his company decided that they was going to pay him sick leave after telling him when he took off that he wasn't going to get it, which was why he applied for unemployment to start with. We waited 12 weeks. And he told them when they called and he talked to them on the phone that the company had paid him. They chose to go ahead and send unemployment. So we thought, okay, this is ours. And then we got a letter that it all had to be paid back. How many other people are in that boat because their company said, we're not going to pay you. You're just out of work. Go file for unemployment. And then something happened that changed their minds. And surprise, all of a sudden, you got to pay it back. That's really hard to do when you've already used the money to catch up bills that you were already behind because of no check. Think about that. Many people, including us, have gone through their savings to try to get by. So you get to start at ground zero with that. Start all over again. Which is totally unfair if you've worked for years and put money back for retirement, for a rainy day, but it's gone. And I'm not saying that anybody owes us anything. I'm just saying that I feel like before we send money to foreign countries and kiss their butts and do whatever it is they want us to do, the American people should come first. America should be the only country that these politicians are concerned about right now. And that's a fact. So I'm just really not in a very happy place right now. I am tired of being alone. I'm tired of being isolated. I'm tired of being afraid to go someplace. I'm tired of, if I do want to go someplace, that the hours are limited. The things that I can get when I'm there are limited. I'm over it. I'm really, really over this. And I bet that most of you are too. I do think it was disgraceful that so many things were damaged. That what was supposed to be a peaceful riot turned violent. But I don't blame our president. I think that some people went there with the full intention of creating havoc, destroying things, being violent. And I think that other people were there truly to be peaceful and to send a statement. Anytime you get huge crowds like this happens. Look at how many times people at concerts have been killed. Look at all of the BLM riots that happened this year. I know everybody say, oh, they were so peaceful and nothing happened. There was looting, there was rioting, and there was burning down of buildings. And not everywhere. And I know that there has been rumors that it was not the BLM people, that people were sent by other groups to cause a problem. But yet nobody wants to think about that and consider that maybe these were not all the same Trump supporters. Maybe there was other groups involved that were not part of the Women for Trump, that were not part of the group that he was speaking to. And I know so many different theories and so many different thoughts. I absolutely do not agree to the violence. I do think things need to be peaceful. I know there's a big march planned for January 20th during the inauguration. I hope it remains peaceful. I really do not like seeing destruction and people hurt. And that's all I have to say about this. So please subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. Thanks for watching and have a great night.